Alright friends, inside this video topic, again we'll discuss a very amazing and interesting concept of React, and that is how to create a form with some form input elements, and also additionally how to handle form submission inside React application. Let's go back to editor. So let's open a new tab. So what I will do, simply I'll create a form, and inside this form we'll have some form input fields, for example name, email, and let's say phone number. So first I'll create a very simplest form by using some HTML code, and inside that form we have some input fields of name, email, and phone number. Also we'll see the concept that how to handle form submission inside React application. So what I will do, let's go first inside this src folder, inside pages folder, let's create a new component, and I will call it as student.jsx. And here let's go inside navbar, and here I'll create a new path like new li element, and here I will call it as student form, and here the path will be simply, let's call it as form. Now let's go inside our app component, so app.jsx, and here let's create a new route, and it will be path. So whenever if we go to this path called form, the responsible component will be student. And here first we have to import, and before import let's say const student arrow function. So let's return react fragment, and here let's say within h2 tag student form, and then here let's export default and student. Copy this student, then go here inside this app.jsx, import student, and from pages, let's copy this student. Then I will go, and here I'll use that component. Save these changes. So if I go, and here we have the student form into this menu items, let's click on it, and now you can see student form. So instead of this text message, also I want a form, and inside that form we want some form input fields like for the name, email, and phone number. Additionally, we'll have a submit button so that we can handle the form submission inside this React application. So what I will do, I'll go into this getbootstrap.com, click here, and here if I search, let's say form, click on this very first link, scroll down, and now we can see that here we have a simple form. So what I will do, I will simply copy all this HTML. So either we can select and copy, or simply here we have the copy button. Simply let's copy, code copied, go here, and inside this student.jsx, let's put all these code. Let's do some formatting here. And now we can see that here we have the form tag, and inside this form tag here we have the email value, password value, and a check me out value. So instead of all these default fields, I want the fields for this name, email, and phone number. So what I will do, simply let's go first, and I will change from this email address, so let's say name. Inside this for attribute, let's say name, or simply I will call it as, let's say student name. And here input type email, it will be into type text. And here let's add forward slash, and as we know that class is not available for these classes, instead we have to use class name for that. So I will first copy this class equals to and double quotes, control H, go here. So we have to replace this one with this one. Let's go and click on this icon, all replaced. Let's remove this D from here. Now here input type text for this name field. Class name is form control. Here we have the ID. So actually we don't need this ID and the other attributes. Let's keep it very simple. Then we want something for the email. So let's remove all these two D from here. Then I will copy, put here. So the second field will be for the email address. So email, it will be for student email, and here input type email, and lastly we want for the phone number, so here it will be phone number, and here student phone number. Also input tab text is okay. And here we have the submit button. So if I save all these changes, let's go here. And now you can see that inside the student form, here we have the name, email, and phone number. So instead of something like this design, what I will do, if I go and wrap inside a container, let's go and cut this form tag, and I will use div class name, let's say container. Container is a class available inside Bootstrap. So simply I will paste that form inside this div class name container. Save these changes, and now we can see that student form. And one more thing we can do, also this h2 element should be inside this div class container. Save these changes. So now we can see that student form, here we have the name, email, and phone number. Now next after this, also we have to handle the form submission if suppose we pass data, for example, inside this name field, email and phone number. So how to handle whenever if I submit this form by using this click event of submit button. Let's go back to editor. So here, what I will do, first I will create some state, and by the help of those state, how to handle the form submission. So here, I'll create a state, let's say const form data, and I will call a state manager called set form data. And here, use state, automatically it will be imported from React package. So use state, and the initial value of this variable called form data, let's pass an object. And inside our form, we have three input fields like name, email, and phone number. So let's pass name. Initially, the name value will be an empty value, then email, empty value, and password will be an empty value. Now next, here we have the state. Let's copy this form data because form data it's an object, and inside this object here we have three properties. So let's copy this form data. Then I will go into this first input called name, and here the value attribute is equals to form data dot name because form data is an object and name is a property of that. So in the same way for this email, let's say value attribute here form data dot email. Now for phone number, value attribute form data, and here we have not actually password. This will be called phone number. Let's copy this phone number and form data dot phone number. And one more thing, also we have to handle, for example, whenever if I try to input any value to these input boxes, also we have to handle on change event. So what basically I will do here, let's say on change, and here let's say handle on change form data. The same function I will copy, go here in this email field, let's say on change event. This is the same function I will use here, and here on change event, same function I will use here. Now next after this, let's copy this function name called handle on change form data. Then I will go here, let's say const handle on change form data. Then we'll pass a event object, and inside here, for the time being, if I go and console.log, let's say event object, which means that whenever if I do any input to all these input boxes, like for example on this name field, this function will be fired, and inside this function simply we have logged this event object into console tab. Save these changes. If I go here, we have the form. Let's click on inspect, go to console tab, and okay, here we have some more errors. And error is of okay, the for keyword is reserved. So instead of using this for keyword, we have to replace with HTML for. So simply let's copy this for equals to and double quotes, control C, control H, and we have to replace HTML for equals to and double quotes. Replace all appearances, and now we can see that for attribute now replaced with this HTML4. Save these changes. If I go, let's reload, and here we don't have any error. So for example, if I do any entry inside this name field, and now you can see that here we have the event object inside this console tab. Let's open. If I go into this target, and in this target, if I scroll, And one more thing, before doing any debug, what we can do, let's add the name attribute inside each input field. So here, input type text, let's say name attribute, and I will call it as student name. Let's go here, name attribute, let's say student email, and for phone number, let's add name student phone number. Save these changes, and one more thing, like here we can see that here we have taken the fields as name, email and phone number. So it's better, instead of calling student name, simply I'll call it as name, like what we have the property name. So name here, for email, let's email, and phone number, let's copy this phone number and put it here. So save these changes. If I go and let's reload, let's pass any data. And now we can see that here we have our event object. Let's open. So if I go into this target, and now we can see that inside this target, here we have the first attribute as value. And inside this, like the empty value, here we have inside this name field. But if I scroll, one more interesting thing is that if I scroll, and now we can see that here we have the name attribute of this name field. Whenever, if I click on this, for example, into this email field, here we have the event object. If I scroll, go into this target, and as you know that we have done input over this email input field. So inside name field or name property, here we have the email. Let's go to editor. So what actually we have to do, let's go and let's remove first console.log, and here const destructure like name and value from this event dot target. Now next, here I'll use the state manager called setFormData. So setFormData, and inside this previous form data, prev form data, arrow function, parenthesis, curly pairs, and here let's say previous form data, and here square bracket. Here we have the name field, colon, and the value of it. So successfully, whenever if we do any entry, any input over these input fields, automatically those values will be set, like those values will be set into the name attribute. And here the name attribute is nothing, the property name of this state variable. So let's save these changes. And one more thing, if I go and console.log, simply let's say form data. And then now if I save all these changes, let's go back to browser, and here let's reload. So for example, if I input any value for this name field, and now you can see that the name value changes inside this name property. If I pass any value inside this email field, and now we can see that the email value changes inside this email property. Let's pass some value inside this phone number, and now we can see that whenever if I do any entry inside this phone number, the value changes of this phone number property. Now let's handle the form submission. So I'll go here, go inside this form tag, and here I'll use an event called on submit. And here let's say handle form submit data. Let's copy this function name, and I will go and comment this console.log from this handle on change form data. Let's say const handle form submission data. Let's pass event object. And one more thing, that here we have the form tag, and inside this form tag, here we have a button which is type of submit. So whenever if I try to click on this button, it reloads the page because this is the by default behavior of the submit button. But we don't want any page reload. So for that, here we have the first line of code, that event dot prevent default. Then after, simply console.log, let's say form data, which is a state variable of type object which contains the property values of name, email, and phone number. Then after, let's say console.log, and here let's say form submitted. So if I save all these changes, let's go here, let's reload, and if I pass any value to this name field, email value, any of the dummy, and phone number, the dummy value. So after passing all these things, click on submit button. And now you can see that here we have the state variable, which is a type of object. And inside this object, we have all those values like name, email, and phone number. And obviously, by using the concept of some API call, we can send this complete entire object with all data to that API call if suppose we want to save all this data inside any of the data source. So this is the concept that by using the simplest concept of HTML, how to create a form, and if the form will be submitted, how to handle the form submission inside React based application. So for this interesting course, interesting video, please hit the like button to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Now let's meet to our next amazing video. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.